Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live stream. This is Saturday and May 16th, and I wanted to come on this quick live to provide some updates. We had a pretty eventful day yesterday when the House voted on a very exciting bill and passed it. And been getting a lot of emails and comments, and people were wondering about this bill. And so I wanted to kind of come on here, do a quick update. I've actually recorded a video. Yesterday explaining about the Heroes Act. So we've done the video yesterday, and so that was before the bill passed. And so I wanted to make to put this video on. So those of you that are joining us right now, let me see here, Catalina and Masood and Paul, just let me know where you're from, post your comments, and I will get to your questions when we get to them. But for a moment, I want to see those likes. We have a lot to cover today, and just wanted to kind of jump on here and talk about it. So first of all, let's see. We have the Heroes Act. So the Heroes Act is a bill that was passed yesterday at the House. It passed 208 to 199 vote, which was pretty amazing. And this bill, again, it passed in the House, which is amazing, but now it still has to go to the Senate, and they're going to have probably their own version of this bill, because I don't think that they're going to agree with all the provisions in it, but that's already a good beginning for a long journey that we're waiting for. So this bill has a lot of good stuff in it. We'll talk about it in a second. So Heroes Act, Heroes for Health Economic Recovery Omnibus Emergency Solutions Act, Heroes. So welcome. Want to see those likes. Let me know where you're from. And, so let's talk about it. Like I said, we'll post a video tomorrow where I'm going to break down in more detail the act, but I'll give you some synopsis right now of what it is. And there's some pretty cool things in it that I think you're going to like. So first of all, this bill is going to address a few points. So if you remember, in the CARES Act, a lot of immigrants, specifically undocumented immigrants, were excluded completely from getting any of the benefits, right? So the $1,200 check that a lot of you guys that were paying taxes and living in the U.S. Received in the first batch, a lot of immigrants or mixed families, were not part of this. So, it was just devastating, where you have a U.S. citizen member of a family and we have an immigrant member of a family, and that entire family was excluded from the CARES Act. Under the Heroes Bill, right, they're saying that they're going to give immigrants, even undocumented immigrants, the $1,200 check. It's going to be a one-time payment, but also they're going to go back retroactively and pay people that didn't get it before. They're going to pay them under this new bill if it passes. Remember that right now this bill just passed the House. It still has to pass the Senate and be signed by the president. But right now it's already a good movement. So first step is the payments. They're going to be paying the $1,200 to people that didn't get it under the CARES Act, including unauthorized, undocumented immigrants. So that's right. Also, they're going to do another really important thing. And once again, those of you guys that are here for the first time, if you see this video, come to my channel for the first time. My name is Jacob Sapochnick, and I'm an immigration attorney located in San Diego. I represent clients in all 50 states. So if you're here for the first time, make sure you give us a like on this video and subscribe to our channel, because we are putting videos every single week. And also, if you want to get these kind of updates before I put them on YouTube, or just be part of a discussion, we have a Facebook group. I put a link for the group in the description of the video. Make sure you join the group so you can continue the discussion. meet, communicate with people just like you, who have same issues, have ideas. So make sure you join the Facebook group. So let's talk about the other issue, the other topic in the bill. The bill calls for the government to have a complete overhaul review of the way they process people in detention. So they're going to go back and look at older files. More than 35,000 cases going to be reviewed, and they're going to start releasing people that are not posing a threat to the society. So, for example, people that overstayed their visas, right? They missed it by a couple of months. Somehow they were apprehended. Now they're sitting in detention. And we have clients. Like I have a client who came here on an ESTA, overstayed by a year. Somehow they caught him in a mall, and he was sitting in detention for 3 months. This is not a criminal. This is a student that just couldn't afford to go back home, and they detained him. So people like that are going to be released from detention under this bill, right? We're looking at about, close to 40,000 people who are detained all over the country. Their cases are going to be reviewed, and people are going to be released from detention. But the favorite part of this bill, and this is something that I think a lot of you have been waiting for. Biggest part of this bill is that it's going to give immunity protection from deportation. And I want to see those likes come up right now as I mentioned this part. Protection from deportation for undocumented people that are working in essential industries, right? So essential industries during the COVID crisis, which again, the crisis will be determined by the president. So if the president decides to end this crisis, in September or in October, throughout this period that we are considered to be in crisis, these people are going to be protected if this becomes law. So we're talking about undocumented people in essential industries like agriculture, service sectors, grocery stores, deliveries. Those people are going to be protected from deportation. But also, what is really important, they are going to be given work permits. It's going to be almost like deferred action where, I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but to me, it seems like it's going to work just like the DACA process happened in 2012, where they will issue an executive order, or when the president signs it, and people in those industries are going to be able to get a work permit and be able to work while this crisis continues. This is huge. And who knows, maybe the work permit is going to be good for 2 years and they're going to be able to work for the next 2 years, just like DACA. So that's, to me, it's kind of like maybe a hint. Maybe there's going to be some kind of a big immigration reform in the future, because if people are going to get work permits, they're not just going to take those work permits away from them, So this is kind of like, so this is what that bill looks like. This is what the bill looks like. This is the bill that passed yesterday in the House of Representatives. So remember, for me, this provision where they're going to be shielding undocumented immigrants who are working in delivery, in farm business, in a lot of these essential industries, not only they're not going to be priority for deportation, but also they are going to give them work permits in the form of deferred action. So they're not going to be deported, and they're going to be able to apply for work permits on Form 765, just like DACA. This is huge. This is something that hasn't happened for years since the first reform, and we're looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out in the Senate, and let's see what happens, because I think that there's going to be a lot of opposition for that, and that's kind of one of the main issues with the bill. The bill also will provide special opportunities for healthcare workers, just like the speed up their process for green cards, and also allow physicians more flexibility as to where they can work in terms of locations of employment, right? So that's huge, because right now physicians are a little bit limited to work in only undeserved areas, remote areas, and right now, because COVID-19 is spread everywhere in the country, the bill is going to give them more flexibility to work in many, many, many other areas. So this is huge, guys. Another important thing in that bill is it will allow people that have no documentation, undocumented immigrants, to get treatment, coronavirus vaccinations, partial health insurance, and other benefits that will help them navigate this crisis and make it more livable for them. So in terms of benefits for health insurance and things like that. So this is huge, guys. So these are some of the kind of key elements of the HEROES Act. But for me, the biggest part is the work permit. And again, we get a lot of questions here from people that are asking questions. So let's see, I'm going to take a few questions. Just want to come up here and answer those questions. We have Susan. My husband and I are waiting for him to get his visa. We are waiting in Ghana. I'm stuck here with the virus hit. So again, people that are stuck overseas, and I mentioned in the previous videos, and make sure that you watch. We have quite a few videos that are coming up that I explain about people that are stuck overseas in embassies, and also people that are waiting for interviews. So this, as soon as the embassies are going to reopen, which I think is going to happen sometime in June, interviews are going to start processing. And again, people that have questions for me specifically and want to set up consultations with me, because I know you guys have a lot of questions, you can text this number right here, and you'll be able to set up a consultation with me. Let's see here, right there. Text this number, and you can set up a consultation with me in the next week or so. Let's take another question. This is just for you guys who are watching the live stream, and anybody who's going to watch the video. Make sure you use that number, 619-569-1768. Text and schedule a consultation to speak about your individual case, because I know you have a lot of questions. And make sure to join our Facebook group, where we continue the discussion and post more questions and share more information that is specific and private to our group users. Let's take another question. I have a lot of questions here, guys. People from Nepal are joining us, from Virginia, from Texas, Turkey, Giselle from Canada. Welcome, welcome. Some familiar faces. Let's see here. Let's take a few more questions. Here we go. That's a very common question. Rupun is asking, I heard the White House planning the 60-day ban to be extended. Can you tell us what is your opinion, future of the 60-day ban? I'm a green card holder and my spouse is waiting for an interview at the NVC. So, an amazing question. So, I personally think there's going to be some sort of an extension of the ban, whether it's going to be, and I made a video on that. There's going to be an extension of the ban in the form of more restrictions on non-immigrant visas, like H-1Bs, OPT students, and H-2B as well as other work visas, specifically for people that are currently still overseas, right? People that are inside the U.S., I don't think that the government is going to take away your visas. I think it's going to be more of an issue for people that are currently overseas, and those people are going to be impacted from being able to come into the U.S. In terms of the ban itself, there's a high probability that it will be extended for another 60 days. Again, we don't have any confirmation on that. We don't have any clear, substantial evidence on that. But we do know that he's going after non-immigrant visas as a next step. So even if the ban is not extended for another 60 days, definitely they're going to go after non-immigrant visas. So those of you guys that are overseas, if you have H-1B visas, if you are on any other, as soon as they open the borders and you're able to come into the U.S., make sure that you fly to the U.S. and go back right away, because who knows what's going to happen, right? So that's kind of my opinion on that. Let's take another question. All right, Miku, June, and if you have questions, post them in the comments here in the live stream. And also, even if the video is going to be off live, you can still post your comments in the video. I'll make sure to answer those questions. Make sure to join our Facebook group, because we continue the discussion there as well. And I want to be able to have you guys there in our community. You have a question, F2A is suspended for 60 days. So the F2As are not suspended. So if you guys are in the US, you're still able to file F2As, basically spouses of green card holders. If you're in the US, you can file. But if you're overseas, they are not able to come right now because the ban is in effect and you're not able to come. So that's kind of how it works right now. Let's see. Guys, we have a lot of people going on. Jamaica. Let's see. This is a question that I get a lot as well. Do you think there's going to be an amnesty? So, I mean, I don't think there's going to be an amnesty like it was in the 80s. But I think what there's going to be more of, I think there's going to be more of a piecemeal. And the fact that he's going to allow people to get work permits for people that have currently no authorization to live in the U.S. and they are working in the essential industries, the fact that they can get a work permit is going to be amazing, because that's going to open the door for more legislation is going to help them. Okay, so yeah, so let's see. Let's see here. We have a lot of questions. Trying to get all of you guys. Edgar, what happens if I renew my DACA right now and the Supreme Court cancels the DACA program? Will I be subject to deportation if my DACA is in the middle of renewal? So the way I see it, anybody who is in the process of renewal, nothing is going to happen to you guys. You're going to be able to continue with your DACA. But and in fact, there's a video coming up. There's a video coming up that I recorded yesterday about the DACA and what I think DACA should be doing. So watch for that video. It's going to be released in 2 days. I think that even if the Supreme Court cancels DACA, Trump has the authority to at least allow for renewals to continue. So I think that, especially because of COVID-19 and this crisis, there is no way he's going to take away that program. Let's see. Hail School. Any idea when CR1 visas will start again? I'm in the queue for NVC. So basically what I think is that those visas are going to start again as soon as the embassy is going to reopen. And they're going to start putting them first come, first served. Again, I did another video on that yesterday. That video is going to come up. So first come, first served. Guys, if you have questions, make sure you text me 619-569-1768, and we'll be able to answer those questions as well in text and set you up for consultation. So yeah, as soon as they reopen the embassies, NVC is going to start pushing cases as well, and everything's going to go back to normal. But there's going to be a lot of delays, obviously. Let's see. Edgar, here we go. So I just answered your question. Thanks, Edgar. So we have a question for Labu. I'll take a few more questions and we'll end this live stream. This was literally on a spur of the moment. I just want you guys to get information about that bill, and that's why I'm here. My spouse MVC documents were approved. Now is waiting for an interview. Is there something you could do to get there a little bit faster as a doctor? So absolutely. So I would email the embassy, whatever embassy your husband is at. Email them. They have a special expedited email, and he's going to have to say that he's a physician, and they should be able to give him priority. They do that for healthcare workers. So make sure that he emails there's a special emergency email for each embassy. Go there, email that embassy, and make sure that he's a physician, and they should be able to give him priority. Absolutely. Let me take another more question. Any news rescheduling CR1 interviews and opening the U.S. consulates? So, like I said, there is no news right now about reopening those consulates, but we know that it's coming because USCIS hopefully is going to reopen on June 4th. And so I think once they reopen, embassies are going to reopen as well slowly. And again, they're going to take cases on a first come, first served basis. But like I said, expect delays, guys. It's not going to be as fast as before. So if cases used to take 6 months, now they're going to take 9 months. If cases used to take about a year, now they're going to take about a year and 4 or 5 months. So this is what it is. So anyway, guys, any more questions, please post them in the comments below. I'm going to end this live stream, and I wish you guys all an amazing Saturday. Thank you for joining me. I love you all. Any of you who is not a subscriber to my channel, make sure you subscribe right now. If you have a friend who's not a subscriber to my channel, make sure you knock on their door and make them subscribe to my channel, because we're going to do a lot of cool videos coming up, And yeah, and like I said, I appreciate all of you. Join our Facebook group. I want to see you in the Facebook group, private group, where we can talk in more private, share information that is not available anywhere else in a safe environment. We talk about those issues, how this new bill is going to evolve into a law, more private live streams that I do in the group. We are launching our Immigration EU Academy, as you can see here. It's coming up soon. We already launched it in beta in the group, and I'm going to launch it publicly on YouTube very soon as well. So thank you for watching. You're the best, and I wish you an amazing weekend. Stay safe, and let's hope for more good news from the government. Thanks, guys. See you soon.